Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Megan, and I'm partially back. I'm basically just back for this video, and then I will probably be back on hiatus for a little bit, but I wanted to pop in because I wanted to do a Stephen King project update, because back in December I finished reading It for the second time. I first read it in 2017. Now, back with my Stephen King project, where I read every Stephen King book in chronological order, by year, chapter by chapter. You can tell that it's been a little while since I've made a video because I'm all over the place, but that's what we're here for. The good times, the shits, the giggles, everything. So let me jump into my thoughts on this very chonky book. I also don't want to make this video too long. So, let's start with my rating. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. When I initially read it, that is also what I rated it. And rereading it, it just kind of brought back my love for this story. King does a very good job of creating a world and creating atmosphere. I didn't find this book scary. Like, I know a lot of people think, ooh, it is really scary, like Pennywise the Clown and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, I wasn't like jump scared or anything by it. I mean, he does a really good job of creating kids who have fears and really playing on those fears and just watching it all play out. Like, he's really good at creating this very, very scary atmosphere, and I really, really liked that. What I also liked was how, I won't say how long it took for him to get to things, but just how thorough and how detailed he was with each of the characters. The first few chapters are just basically getting to know these people, or getting to know our 7 main characters. It's so good to you really really get an understanding of who they are and what really makes them tick, and you read about them as kids, and you really watching them, well, you're not really watching them, but reading about them, and learning about just who they are. And I feel like I'm repeating myself, but he also has a really good way of writing about children and childhood and nostalgia. He's very, very good at that. I mean, Stand By Me, come on. He did such a good job both with The Body and with Stand By Me. So he's very good at creating this very sense of childhood wonder and childhood play. He's very good at that, and it's just, and but he's also really good at creating the good times as he is creating the very scary times. So I think that's what really works here. Obviously, because I rated it 4 out of 5, this got taken down a notch just because when you're reading this, he flip-flops between the year 1958 when they're children and then 1985 when they're adults. And then as you're reading it, you get really confused as to what year you're in sometimes. But it worked visually, which I will get to in a moment. I liked all of the characters because they're all very memorable. They each have their own quirk, they each have their own kind of personality, and because you spend so much time with them, you really get to know them. You even kind of get to know Pennywise a bit. Not as much as we would have liked. It would have been really cool to get maybe some sort of POV of Pennywise. I mean, this book doesn't need to be any longer than it was, but maybe I don't know. I know that there is going to be a TV show called It, Welcome to Derry, which is kind of like the origin story of Penny, but it would be really interesting to have King actually write a book about it, but that's besides the point. The plot, it was really good because it's just them playing on their fears and trying to take down this monster that they all see. They all see it manifest as something different, and then when they all come together, they're all realizing it's a clown, and it's just really really interesting, and it's really really good, the way that he brought all of the kids together, because also all the kids weren't friends to start with. Some of them were friends, but some of them weren't, and they came together as they kind of came together through bullying and through this clown, but it was really cool to watch them come together, and they stuck up for each other, so that was also really cool. So all in all, I think this is it sounds really silly to call it wholesome, but there are a lot of wholesome moments in this, besides a clown trying to eat your fucking face out. There's that. So with that, those were my basic thoughts on the book. I did watch the 1990 miniseries starring Tim Curry as Pennywise the Clown, which I thought was he was really good at it. He was really scary. I laughed throughout the whole thing because obviously this took place, it was filmed and shot in 1990, so the effects are more comical than they are scary. So that has that against it, but I mean, besides that, it literally took the book and did a play-by-play of the book, which I thought was I actually personally really liked that idea. I thought because it worked really well, because doing the flip-flop of the back and forth of the years really helped visualize what year you're in, because obviously you see the kid, you know it's 1958, you see the adult, it's 1985. It's very easy to distinguish where you are time-wise instead of like in the book. Um, also, as everybody knows, I think this is a very well-known fact that there's a there's an orgy scene in the book, and that's basically, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a big thing in the book. But I'm really glad that obviously they chose not to do that in the miniseries, and the way that they took down Pennywise was a lot better than it was in the book. So that's why I think I rated it a good like 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was long, but it was good and I enjoyed it. It didn't like wow me, but it was like, it was done really well and it was good. Then I went and rewatched It Chapter 1, which was from 2017. So what they decided to do when they did the remake of the book was that or the remake of the movies, they decided to make 2 parts. 1, only when they're kids. 2, when they're adults. I'll get to the adult one after, because what the hell was that? But the 2017 one where they're just children I really liked it because it really showed like these kids, like how they formed. It showed how, like, what happened that summer, and it really brought the essence of when they were children to life. Also, they updated it so that they were kids in 1985, so that they would be adults in 2016. I wasn't a fan of that. I mean, obviously the nostalgic aspect of being 1985 and the kids and all that stuff, it was great, it was cool. Like, they did a really good job of it, and I really liked it. I think I rated that one either 3 or 4 stars, because it was really well done. They did a good job. The kids were really good at acting. I really like Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. As much as I like Tim Curry, Bill Skarsgård does something that it's just, there's just something about him that I'm like, I really liked this. I don't know what it is, but I really liked it. Then I rewatched, because I saw both of those in the theater when they came out. I still can't believe I went to see It Chapter 2 in 2019. I can't believe I did that. That movie is 3 hours long and does not need to be 3 hours long. I could be here all day ranting about that, but I don't know what that movie was, because it was not it. It was not good. It was terrible. I rated it 1.5 stars. So I went back to read what I had written about it in 2019, and even then I had the same thoughts now than I did then, and even I wrote, I compared it to a Taylor Swift song, and I said that it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, but it was just indifferent. I was just indifferent about it, and I'll probably forget that it existed, and guess what? I forgot that I mean, I knew I had watched it, but I forgot everything that ever happened in it. I'm kind of glad that I forgot, because, like, I was watching it and I'm like, I can't believe I ever watched this. So what they did was, obviously they're adults now and we see them as adults, but then they take so many flashbacks as children, but they're different flashbacks. They're not from the first movie. They're like new recreated flashbacks that we don't know anything about. And I'm like, what was the point of the first movie then if you're going to give us flashbacks in the second movie? You might as well just put it all in one movie. Like, I don't get what we're doing here. It didn't need to be 3 hours with all these extra flashbacks, because it just gave credit. It gave zero credit to the first movie. It made it seem like, what was the point? That made me mad. Most of the movie was hilarious. That was comical, because nothing was scary. There were all these little cues of music, and I was like, okay, something bad's gonna happen. Oh, guess what? Something bad happened. And it was just funny. Like, I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, I'm laughing. Why am I? I'm not supposed to be laughing. And then the way they took Pennywise down, they just yelled words at him. I'm like, that's how after 3 hours, that's how he goes down? I'm sorry. No action. Just, I'm going to throw words at you. Yeah, I don't know. They did that movie very terribly. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. The 1991 was very good. Very, very good. Stuck to the book. Did what it needed to. The newer one, I don't know what I don't know what their accomplishment was. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, but it was kind of interesting. So, whatever. I will not be watching them again. Let's just say that I will not be watching them again. So those are like all of my thoughts on everything to do with it. I had a lot of fun rereading it. I had a lot of fun being part of that world again. I probably will not be part of that world until I watch whatever new show is coming out. But I don't plan on rereading this at all. Maybe in the future if I ever finish my Stephen King project, but that's, who knows. But those were my thoughts on it. If you read this book, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to end this on saying that my next King book is going to be, but The Eyes of the Dragon. I'm already like almost done because I finished it in December and I've been reading this since then because I haven't been making videos. But maybe I'll make a video when I finish this. I'm hoping to finish it sometime in February, so maybe look out for this video. I look forward to diving further into this because this is actually really good. I'm actually extremely enthralled in the whole world of this, and it's only super tiny, so I have no idea what to expect. But that is all I have for you guys. So yay, Stephen King. Well, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, a do your thing, and I will see you in another video that I might make at some point in some time. But until then, have a good day and bye guys!